Hey guys, Laundry Capital here. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the regular tasks I have to do here as the owner of the laundromat. I shot this footage sometime last week, so what you see is all the cash collected throughout about a 2-day period. In my last video, you saw me collect all my washing machines, which I have about 50 washers in this shop. The washers range in sizes starting from the single top load machines all the way up to the big 80-pound washers. It usually takes me about 20 minutes to collect all the washers and dryers in the shop, and in total, I'm probably spending about an hour to an hour and a half at the shop every time I visit. I do my walkthroughs, making sure there aren't any major hiccups or any fires that need to be put out, and to check if there are any repairs or maintenance that need to be made. After that, we get to our favorite part, the coin collection. The coin collection isn't just for the washers and dryers though, but for all my vending machines as well. I'll be touching back on the vending machines, but after we collect the washers, we dump the quarters back into the change machine. It's usually a good thing when I get a call from my attendant letting me know that the hoppers are empty, which means that the shop has been pretty busy. And also for my vending machines, I don't collect them every day, I collect them once a week. So these hoppers are called rear load hoppers. They're made by a group out of Indianapolis, and they're one of the main guys when it comes to these change machines. You can either choose to either get a rear load hopper, which is when you load the quarters from the rear of the locker, or a front load hopper, which is when you load the quarters from the front of the locker. Prices vary between the two, but usually the rear load hoppers are a bit pricier. Mainly for the reason that people prefer and feel more comfortable loading the quarters from the safety and comfort of a back room, just like this, instead of being out on the main floor in customer's view. Each of the silver hoppers are able to hold a capacity of about $800 worth in quarters. So in that one locker, we're able to hold about $1,600 worth of quarters. I had another locker off to the left, but that one only has one hopper. So in total, we have a capacity of about $2,400 worth of quarters on that one side of the shop. On the other side of the shop, I have another change machine, which is a different style and model of change machine, which you'll see in a bit right after we collect these dryers. The shop is pretty big, so I had dryers installed on both the east and west facing walls. This way customers can easily access the dryers no matter what side of they're washing on. Having enough dryers in the laundromat is key for customer satisfaction. A major flaw some laundromats have is the lack of available dryers. Many things could have been the cause for that: limited square footage, limited budget, who knows. But when you buy a shop or develop a shop, you always want to make sure you have sufficient amount of dryers. On a modest day, it's probably fine. You probably won't sense a difference. Not a big deal. But when it does get busy, it gets busy. People are running around with their carts trying to find an open dryer. Freshly washed clothes are coming out of the washers, but there aren't any dryers available. Customers might start saying something. And that's just when customer satisfaction starts to take a hit. This customer came up to me asking if I could exchange his dollar coin into quarters, and of course, no problem. We don't get too many dollar coins at this particular location for some reason, but at one of my other shops, I collect a surprisingly large amount of them. They all mainly come from my vending machines. My vending machines are able to accept the larger dollar coins, but the coin slots for my washers and dryers only fit up to a quarter size. You can retrofit the coin slot for the washers and dryers to fit larger dollar coins, but at this point, I don't see it being worth it. But yeah, so for these dryers, I only charge a quarter per 10 minutes of dry time. A quarter is usually the standard, and depending on the shop and the surrounding laundromat competition, the time allotted per 25 cents will vary anywhere from 8 minutes to 12 minutes. I like to keep it at 10 minutes to keep it nice and simple, and people usually put in 3 quarters per load, which gives them 30 minutes, which is usually plenty of time. Alright, so we head to the back here on the other side of my shop, and this is my alternate change machine I referred to earlier. This entire thing can hold about $2,400 worth in quarters. Each of the black hoppers you see here can hold up to around $600 in quarters each, so they're a little smaller than the silver ones you saw earlier. So all we need to do here is lower the latch and bam, out comes the money. Alright, so we proceed to liberally pour all the quarters into these hoppers. I'm only dumping them into 2 hoppers though, because 2 of my hoppers on the other side are not working right now. But it's okay, I have enough quarters in the shop to get me through. So we close up the locker, and wow, that's a lot of money. Good amount. So we dump the cash in the bucket, and we open up this other machine here. Yep, a lot of machines in the shop. And this machine is called our bill-to-bill changer. This is where customers can put in their $10 or $20 bills, and out comes $5 bills. This is especially helpful for customers and also me when it comes to exchanging quarters. A lot of customers may not use all $20 worth of quarters. So instead of exchanging all 20 in quarters and lugging around the loose change, they can just decide to exchange $5, $10 worth of quarters and go on their merry way. So we come over back to this side and grab the cash that we forgot to grab earlier. So as you'll notice, both my change machines on this side and the other side look a little different once you open it up. I think I prefer these types of changers compared to the other ones just because I'm a little more familiar with these and have had these longer. Fun fact about my shop, this shop used to only be about 1,500 square feet up until a couple years ago when I took over a failed Wells Fargo ATM and expanded another 1,500 square foot to the unit next door. So this side that we're on right now is the original side, and what you saw earlier with my other change machine is the expansion side. Alright, now that we're at my super secret location, it's time to count the cash. Unfortunately, I don't have a bill counter that can count all denominations at once, so I do have to separate the bills accordingly. All the cash you see here is from about a 2-day period, and we stay busiest over the weekend. So Saturdays and Sundays are our best days, followed by Mondays. And our slower days are usually during the week, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We average about $1,000 a day in sales at this location, so let's see how much we're walking away with today. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in starting your own passive cash flow business or one day want to own your own laundromat and vending machine business, I'm giving away my success blueprint on how to find, buy, and own a laundromat in 2023 for absolutely free. You can download that in the link below. Also, don't forget to like and follow me on all my socials as I stay pretty active on all the platforms. If you have any questions, best way to reach out will be through my Discord, which is also in the link below. So after we count it all up, within around 48 hours, this one location was able to bring in $2,356 in cash. No complaints here. Stay tuned for the next video.